Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's good to be finally back in my apartment. If you saw my last video, I was in the Azores for a few weeks having this incredible experience with my mom. If you want to see all about how I manifested that opportunity to dance and revisiting my family, that video is on my channel. It was before this. Then I was in Dallas for a little while visiting a friend, a circus performer friend of mine, a dear friend. We went to go see her show. It was incredible. It's so good to be back because honestly, we've just been all over the place and I haven't really settled into my space in a while. I want to tap into the season, the things that I'm manifesting for this next chapter and re-clean out my space, maybe forage some new flowers and herbs and things for my altar, and then plant some metaphorical but also like literal flower seeds into a planter on our balcony with those manifestations in mind. And yeah, kind of take you through what I do when there's a new season in the air, because I think spring is a really beautiful time to think about what you want next in this next chapter, but also to watch all of the things you've been asking for bloom, and to practice gratitude for where you're at this stage, which can be hard, but I'm gonna try to force myself to do today because the energy isn't there. I have been feeling definitely a little depleted post these travels, but also just like in my life. Turning 30 last summer was a big wake-up call. I started to think about, oh my God, where do I want to be in this next decade of my life? And the pressure started to hit, seeing people being more established in their careers or financially. And I think that's something all of us collectively feel, but I started to feel really deeply this past year. And yeah, a few days ago, it just kind of hit me that I was feeling a little unstable. That's a huge sore point for me and always has been, is instability. And it's made me rethink certain things about where this next chapter of our lives is going to bring us and what I'm asking for, but also kind of trying to be easier on myself, because I can tend to be really, really hard on myself and focus only on the losses and not the wins. This video is going to be kind of a juxtaposition. Like, I want to be real with you and focus on the fact that I haven't been doing maybe mentally as well, but also focusing on the gratitude and all of the beautiful things that are going to blossom for all of us collectively in this new chapter. So I'll show you guys how I do that, if that makes sense. Like, gathering all of that energy and containing it, alchemizing it into something beautiful, hopefully planting new seeds for the future. Right now, I want to go to the flower shop and enjoy some of the sunlight because it is like 75 degrees in LA and sunny and blue skies. So I'm going to take advantage of it. Let me show you real quick the little planter I have on our balcony that I want to fill. So this is a mess and I want to clean all of this out. And normally I'd have plants here, but they've been falling because of the windier days here in LA and I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to focus on this giant planter with soil I have here. We'll see what we can find. But this is the goal, to clean this and fill this. This place is so cool. It's like insane. Wow. just finished planting my dahlias and I'm sweating and gross and my room is a mess, but I'm gonna start trying to clean out and revamp the altar space I have right now. I didn't really forage much today, but I will be doing that gradually over time. Right now I just want to at least give it a fresh clean, maybe sage it, pour some intentions into it for this new season. As you can see, this is what I'm working with now. It's all a mess. There's no organization, no reason, no rhyme, and it needs to be clean. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to give you a quick glimpse of everything. I have this little handmade broomstick that I made with sticks and shrubbery I found outside. My cauldron, I have spirals around me always at all times. It's a huge totem in my practice and you'll see them kind of everywhere. So this is the painting I did when I kind of like earlier on started to revamp this channel. And it was like my version of the phoenix and rising from the ashes and finding your version of freedom. So this really represents blossoming, coming into bloom, into your power and strength. And that's really what this season is for me. And below it, I have little offerings to the phoenix, which is going to be one of the representations of this new season and one of my, I guess, deities that I will be thinking of when I do my practice. I'll be thinking of the phoenix. It's one of my totem animals, or creatures rather. And then this little bowl here, I have a purple candle. I have different crystals. This one I got with my brother, serpentine, and 2 of my pendulums. This clay moon bowl that I made, and a Bridget essential oil because I'll also be honoring Bridget this season. Bridget is a goddess of poetry, fertility, fire, and she's, you know, a symbol of spring and fertility, so I'll be honoring her. She's also one of my favorite goddesses to work with. And all the different crystals I'll be working with, I have a lot. You'll see a lot of clear quartz and amethyst. And then at the center of my altar is this sort of spiral goddess shrine. And then of course I have my fairies. I love these two. I feel like this is the perfect, okay, if she wants to stay. This is the problem with having the towel. But yeah, I wanted the altar to be very divine feminine focused, so I have all of my fairy goddesses with me here, surrounded by the rose petals, and then this beautiful incense holder from the Azores that my grandmother gifted me this year that I brought home with me. She also provided some cinnamon, which I will be doing in a practice later to honor this new altar setup that I have. And then the spiral goddess has been with me in my practice since the beginning, again in honoring of the cycles of life, fertility, manifestation, divine feminine. So that's really going to be one of the focuses of my practice this season and why I wanted her to be at the center, surrounded by amethyst and rose quartz. And then also I have all the more petals that I sourced today. I found a bunch of rose petals, and these are some dried rose petals that I've had since, honestly, I want to say my old high school bedroom. Like, these have been with me forever, so I wanted to honor some of my past there. I always like to have the moon and the sun across from each other, my Buddha head, and then my mystic rose candle, which I mentioned before is my favorite. This little clay plate that I made, which I feel like is perfect for the spring, and I made these little spiral earrings as well. So I like to have spirals with me, and then some more dried plants and flowers that I collected with my little sun charm, and a yellow candle to go with my purple one. And that's really all I have for right now. It's really simple. It's kind of a little messy, but I like the setup. I think it's more colorful for this season, and I'm excited to work with it. And I like the difference between, you know, normally I would have my cauldron in the center, but I like that this is so much more feminine and an honor to the mother archetype here, which is what I want to work with. I'm really happy with it. I think it's so much more colorful and playful and vibrant. I think coming over here now with all of the color and just having it be more centered around the feminine and nature will give me a little bit more inspiration when I'm working and doing spell work this season, to hopefully like tap into more of my confidence and this feeling of gratitude and abundance already being around me. Because when I look at this, that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's very abundant and colorful, so I'm excited. Oh, and then how could I forget? But of course, my broom that I made is here as well, right by my bookshelf and my altar. So everything's here now. This is what you see, and this is the reality. Don't mind the unmade everything. I'm about to do laundry and wash my sheets and, like I said, clean my whole room. I wanted to pull a card for the season and see what energy comes up for us today from my favorite oracle deck, the Oracle of Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reid. So I'm just going to tap in real quick and we'll see what we get. What do we all collectively need to hear right now? Or is there a message for this season of spring to guide us along our journeys? Ooh, a card jumped out. You're kidding. The Rose's Kiss. Guys, I can't make this shit up. This is insane, especially because today, during my forage, I was looking for petals and flowers to put on my altar, and the only thing I found was this rose. And what could be more in tune with the energy of spring and coming into bloom and into yourself and your inner beauty, your strength, than the rose? The rose is a huge part of my practice. It always has been. I have it. Finally, after many, many years of wanting it, I got it tattooed on me. It represents, to me, divine feminine, my connection with my mother and my grandmother. And obviously, like I said, this altar is an honoring of the mother, that who gives birth and creates life. The Rose's Kiss to me for the season is a reminder that we all have the power to birth the life of our dreams, to birth the plan that we want to set for ourselves. One of the messages of this card is to connect with nature and enjoy the sensual pleasures of sex and or being aware of the sensations of taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound. How do your sheets feel? Can you reach out and feel the heat and softness of your companion animal nestled beside you? Be present to another person, see them, and let yourself be seen. So it's really an honor of your five senses and a return to what's human and super just natural in our instinctive nature, which we can kind of forget in this like monkey mind cycle of, oh, I need to be achieving more and doing this, that, or whatever. And that honestly couldn't be more aligned with what I came into this video with and what I wanted to tap into, like the energy I wanted to tap into today and for the rest of this spring season. I was telling my husband today that instead of approaching this next chapter of our lives where we're trying to advance in our careers and in our finances and all these things with that like doom and gloom feeling of like, oh my God, I've already failed, I need to do more, I need to achieve more, I'm going to take every step of my day, every part of my morning routine, every part of like the little things that I do, even the tedious things that I do for work, as a moment to be grateful for where I am, as a time to enjoy. Like even while I'm working, if I'm enjoying my coffee, like really enjoying that time that I get to be sitting down on my couch in my comfortable space that I made for self, applying for jobs, drinking this delicious, coffee that I've brewed for myself. Like all of it can be a sensory and positive experience versus being something that feels really difficult and heavy. Being able to stop and smell the roses, appreciate the abundance in your life that already surrounds you, the nature you walk past every day, the small moments that might seem minuscule but that combined make up a life, make up the beauty of a life. And it's the things that we often forget to pay attention to. This card is a reminder, if any of you feel the same way during this season of life and change, to honor how far you've come already, and also to take into account all of the beauty that surrounds you, whether you are quote unquote, financially abundant. You might be abundant in other ways. Maybe you're abundant in love or in friendship, or abundant in your creativity and in your work life. There's so many ways to honor those blooms, the things that blossom in your life. So with that being said, I'm going to take this as a green light to go eat some of the cake I got from Trader Joe's because it's really fucking good. And I'm going to try to make the next hour of cleaning or relaxing or whatever it is that I decide to do be something I enjoy and not something that I stress out about.